Power Trip Morning Show. Another wrestling on the Olympics. Marnes, are you enjoying the Olympics?
Yes, I am.
Me too.
Yes, I am.
So far, Marnes?
Well, it's always women's gymnastics, but I find that anything that's on, I get captivated, especially if they're showing the family. Parents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles.
Lovers.
Oh, I get goosebumps. I cry watching them cry.
Yeah. I know it. Did you watch the Olympics last night when the lady had the medal and then they took it away from her and gave it to the other lady?
In gymnastics?
Yeah. The floor routine.
Yeah, I wasn't watching at the time, but
That was very sad. Broke my little heart. Poor girl. She was so happy and she was like literally crying because she was so happy. And then they took it away from her, gave it to a different lady, and then she was crying.
Yeah, they gave it to an American,
Giles.
right?
Yeah. Right.
I saw, what is her name? Is it Hoda?
Hoda
Hoda
Kotb.
Kotb.
Her reaction,
Yeah, she was sitting with...
like a boardroom full of people. It looked like a long table full of people that all lost their minds. So what?
Oh, they were all crazy?
With happiness.
Oh.
Funny.
So the heartbreak of one is the triumph of another.
I know. That's the truth. Yeah. But it's the worst. She thought for maybe 2 minutes that she had a medal, and then they took it away from her. And now...
Well, hopefully somebody got some photos, because for about 30 seconds she had an Olympic medal in actual real time, and then I don't know, just clip it there.
Yeah, if not,
and then
just
the story
Photoshop
ends.
around, right? Just lie to yourself the rest of your life. Why not? Not enough women named Hoda.
I think that's plenty.
Should we do the news?
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey.
can say this
Presented
wrestling
by the
is,
St. Paul Saints.
Thank you, St. Paul Saints.
The visual of this wrestling is not great. They might want to change up the background or something, because just as a spectator
Yep.
taking it in, I would turn it.
Well, why
from
didn't they
this.
use the fencing venue? That would have been cool.
Yeah, the giant kind of arena field behind
they're
him.
not. I don't think they're done. I think they're done fencing.
You don't want to give these guys swords.
Yeah. Listen to Hogsteady.
The St. Paul Saints are back home to begin a 6-game series against the Columbus Clippers at CHS Field starting tonight. The Saints, as you well know, Marnes, are in 4th place in the International League West Division. They're 54 and 53. Columbus is in 3rd place, so this is a knockdown dragout. Adam Plutko starts for St. Paul tonight. First pitch, 7:07, CHS Field. Go on down. Get your tickets at saintsbaseball.com. Thank you, saintsbaseball.com.
All right, if his name is Plutko, Plutko, right?
That's right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Saints have to do some kind of a Plinko bit, do they not?
Yeah.
I would think so.
I mean, that's just the obvious, but they're more creative than that.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Yeah.
Or shouldn't you play like Plutko between the innings for prizes? A giant Plutko board?
Or just tell him he's no longer a planet. Or ask him what kind of animal he really is.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take him to Pluto's closet for clothes.
You don't get this bit.
That's okay. You got to laugh out of Marnes.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
It was clever.
Thank you. They don't think
Clever
it's not to
guy.
their comedy level.
I didn't say anything, buddy.
No, not you. I'm most mad at BDI.
Why are you calling it they?
Did you
They
guys
asked you to?
see in the steeplechase yesterday when the guy didn't go over the...
Easiest thing ever. Those things don't move.
I know. I had to watch that. I saw it on my phone, not on actual live TV, but I had to watch it 3 or 4 times. Like, how did he not go over the steeple? Am I saying it right? He went around it, and then he had to go back and go over it. He landed like in water up to his knees. And then those guys run in fully wet shoes. Can you imagine the blisters?
Well, they're insane.
I'm sure the calluses have been built up by now, but yeah.
What must their feet look like?
Gross.
Right now,
Right like this right here.
Right now, I have equestrian jumping on E, right? Not the drug on the channel.
Ooh.
That'd be hard on
I do like. I love that. I think they realized a long time ago that if we just have horses jump over the same kind of hurdles, it'd be boring. So I like how they turned it into a mini golf course, right? Like one of the jumps looks like the bottom of the Eiffel Tower. The other one looks like a bagel shop, right? There's the Arc de Triomphe or whatever. It's a mini golf course with Horses jumping over the holes.
Which can we
It's
add
like a
that?
mini Las Vegas.
Kind of. Yeah. Can we have what, Zach?
Can we add mini golf as a sport?
That would be fantastic.
Can you
I'd
imagine?
watch that.
Look at all the people there.
Man, just to watch a horse jump over a railing.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh,
That horse doesn't know he's in the Olympics.
no. I mean, maybe.
Maybe he doesn't feel the pressure.
He doesn't want to be there. You know what he wants to be doing.
No, tell us.
Just imagine what I'm going to say.
Starts with a B, I would imagine.
Yeah. So does the
Borrowing money?
Yes.
No, oh boy, I almost said something.
Yeah, he's got a gambling problem. Yeah.
Hey, that thing's in Vegas.
Yeah, it's the Paris.
Jumping over a clown's mouth. Yeah.
Yep.
It's the Paris.
There's a windmill.
Yep.
By the way, the this is true. A little fun fact: how the plane that takes the horses to Paris is called Air Horse One.
Oh, that's great.
So
I like
little
that's
fun
good. That's
fact.
clever. I didn't think about that.
Takes the horses to the Olympics.
I just took credit. The horse, took a boat.
Yeah, I don't know how much they really like about the 8-9+ hour flights there.
You know what? I bet they don't know.
Well, they don't get enough leg room, so they complain if they don't get an exit row. Like Rosie.
They think they're being taken to the glue factory. They're just happy that there's sunshine when they open the door.
How can that be good on their little legs?
Very little legs.
I mean, they are.
Yeah,
Look
well,
how skinny they are.
I bet they give them first class.
Watch.
Plenty of leg room.
Yeah.
Jumped over Valentine.
Oh,
you
she's not going
suck.
What
on.
channel's going
You
on?
suck.
What channel are you on? Because
E.
I'm still watching you guys wrestle.
8:52.
That pole vault, by the way, yesterday was awesome.
Awesome, right? And the
So
dude was
good.
like,
Mondo Duplantis.
yeah, and you're thinking the guy's from Sweden. He's gonna be ha-da-da-da-da, But not. And he's like,
Well, and what happened was the father
Excuse me?
got offered the job to basically be the head of coaching.
coaching, yeah.
And he was like, fine, that's enough for me. I'll represent Sweden. So we
Yeah.
kind of lost one there.
That's right. Yeah, his mom's from Sweden, his dad's from Netherlands, and they were like, "Hey, why don't you come over and compete for Sweden?" He's like, "No, thanks." And then they called his dad and said, "Hey, if you have your son come compete for Sweden, we'll make you the coach." And he's like, "Cool, let's do it." And they
Hey,
did.
if you don't like America, then you can get it.
That's right.
Oh.
Marnie brought me
How about
this
the,
story.
how about the pole vaulter who went viral for knocking the pole down?
Of course, you bring that up.
Yeah. The guy with the
Mars,
ears.
come on,
Trying
please.
to talk about
Mars.
athletes
Please, I'm doing
competing
the
in
news.
classiness.
And all you
why
want
do
to
we have
talk
to
about
talk-
is a guy whose pole knocked the pole off the pole.
Gee.
Yeah, I'm real jealous of that guy.
He's broken a couple of those cardboard beds, I'm sure.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the DMs
somebody-
he's getting right now?
Almost like right now,
Seriously, though.
literally right
like
now.
As
right
we
this
speak.
moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
Olympic Village is just looking for his dorm room.
We've got one of those number
Why are
machines
you
out
ladies
there.
so obsessed with the schlong?
Yeah, for real.
Drives me
ladies.
crazy.
Stop
Can you
it,
answer
ladies.
that,
It
Mark?
just drives me crazy.
Is this a question from the guy who was talking about Tina Tuna Stank on the way in?
Yeah, she's a good athlete.
Yeah,
She
come
just-
on. That's a
not
real
great.
person.
Keep
Let's
on
not
not make
her.
not
fun of
popular in Olympic Village.
Well, there's a couple. She's popular among a subgroup of the
Yeah,
people.
Hawks Dad's into it.
It was just a mispronunciation. She's from another country.
Of what? A mispronunciation of what, Max?
Tuna Stein.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's right.
she's
I'm
from
sorry.
France,
I'm
yeah.
not French. My apologies. Sorry.
It's time for the news.
Smells. What about Tim? Smells like chicken.
Ew. That's a terrible name. Come on, Tim.
And his cousin, Tom Finger Lickin'.
See, it's his last name, Marty.
Hopefully, Tom Finger Licking doesn't get together with Tina.
What? Tom and Tina.
Yeah, I've been to their wedding.
wedding.
Yeah, right. Storms swept across Minnesota yesterday. Also brought some reports of tornadoes to the southern part of the state. Weather spotters reported a tornado near St. James around 5:30. A funnel cloud was seen a mile northeast of Mankato just after 6. Another tornado reported over Amboy. Man, I didn't know there was a city named Amboy in Minnesota. Around 6:30. Another was seen near Janesville a few minutes later. So a lot of activity. And storm activity did knock out power in the Twin Cities for about 18,000 people last night. So hopefully you have power this morning.
Yeah, mine got knocked out last night.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was really raining hard.
So did Channel 4.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
yeah. You had to use a real map to do
Channel
the weather.
4 was off the air from 9:15 to I don't know, when I went to sleep, it was already out. It was completely off the air. Their generator went down as well, so they had no news. Crazy. Frank and Amelia.
We'll have to ask them about that the next time we see them.
They'll be here
like
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Quarterfinal number 6 of the Initials Invitational. Chris Hockey versus Zach Halverson versus the power couple of Frank Vassalero and Amelia Santinello and Dave Schwartz, who doesn't like the bear on FX.
Zach, did you notice he didn't describe us as a power couple?
Unbelievable.
I don't know what's
You guys
going on.
aren't a couple anymore?
We could be.
You didn't describe Tom and Tina as a power couple either.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your problem, man?
Yeah. I will say this. I am completely concerned about my level of skill. Now that I haven't played the Initials for a few weeks, I think I've lost my mojo. Yesterday, I would have gotten my A whipped. I was terrible.
Burb yesterday, when I was walking out of her office, said, the lists are too hard. I said, this is tournament time, baby.
Yeah.
This isn't for beginners. Let's go.
She said
the
that
best
to
of
you?
the best of the best.
She told me to walk into traffic.
I did. Or I heard it.
What? I did. Yeah.
Poor car.
But look, this is not the preseason. This is the invitational. The best of the best should rise to the top. So if you don't like the list, you don't like the list.
Then
right.
get out.
Yeah, then get out.
That's right. Right.
Well, as long as the wild cards hold, that's all anyone cares about.
It's going to be close, Marnes. I think you got a little lucky yesterday because Tyler and even Mike Grimm easily could have posted a 4
Yeah,
if
they
just
didn't.
one goes another way.
They didn't.
They did not, though. So that was a.
Grim looks like you post a 4.
Hey, by the way, sneakily, Grimm should have won.
I know.
Maybe
Yeah,
not
I
should
know.
have.
I know.
Mike
I'm with
Grimm
you.
could have won yesterday,
That's
and
what I
the
told him,
year of
yeah.
the upset could have continued. He was a split second late on 2 of them.
Yep.
Those go the other way. If Grimmer beats those 2 in, he has 5 and he wins.
Yeah.
He beats AJ and Tyler. Grimm almost did the impossible.
Last news story
Almost.
for you. The owners of the Italian restaurant chain Buca di Beppo filed for Chapter 11 protection
No.
on Monday. I know.
That sucks.
They cite rising costs and less revenue, but say they're planning to stay open during the restructuring process. They're going to stabilize the company, then sell it. 44 locations in 14 states are expected to remain open. So I guess we'll be all right. I guess. I don't know. But great meatballs at Buca.
Yeah,
Never
they're
been
nice
there.
Whales.
I haven't been there
haven't
enough.
been there in
I
a
need to
long
go.
time yet.
Yeah, I know.
When
Maybe
you
that's
just
the
said that
problem.
name, I was just thinking about that. That it felt like that was a much more popular place to go 10 years ago.
Yeah.
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 Maybe that's why
Maybe that's what they're
they're
doing.
filing for bankruptcy.
Maybe it's our fault.
There's a since closed location in Vegas where it was the only place they had unlimited pasta, and it was $10.99, best deal on the strip.
That seems like a deal that shouldn't help a restaurant survive in Las
No.
Vegas.
No.
And it's no longer there.
Yep.
No longer with
I think I know why.
one of us.
Gone too soon.
Stuff happened in sports
Yes.
that people haven't heard anything about.
I can tell you all about it.
Man, how are you good enough at anything at 14 years old to make it to the Olympics already? you haven't been on the
watching
earth
skateboard.
Seriously.
long enough to, you know? Like, I didn't start walking until I was 8.
I think that's slightly behind standard
that's
pace,
what
but
that's
that's
what the
not the
doctor
worst
said.
in the world.
Hi. But my mom said he's good.
One of the women's gymnastics team members is 16 years old, and I was thinking exactly that because I have a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old, and just thinking about the time and dedication and commitment it takes, and to have that drive at 16 and have it. I'm sure she was training by 13 at that level. Maybe even earlier. How do you
yeah, I don't know.
you have to be wired that way?
Yeah.
Because you can want to be good. You can want to be the best player on your team. You can want to win a conference championship or something like that. But the Olympics and that level,
Yeah. Somebody,
how do you have that drive?
I don't know. I really don't know. Pretty incredible.
It's fascinating.
But
It
how are
really
you
is.
grounded? Because you have to go back to school after that.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be a total D-bag if I had a gold medal. I'd be like, "Doc, I don't have to take this math test.
Yeah, right. What are you
I'm an
doing?
Olympian."
Do you know who I am?
Didn't Jonathan Owens have it written in his Chicago Bears contract that he would be allowed to miss whatever part of training camp so that he could be in Paris for the Olympics?
His wife said something about that last night, that the Bears allowed him to be there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I did. I need to check on this because it passed by so quickly as I was watching. What's the dude's name who was interviewing her? The guy who's hosting the Olympics.
Mike Tirico.
Mike Tirico.
Yeah, Tirico. Tirico's like, I got to ask you about the future. And she's like, oh no. And he goes, I know you hate talking about the future. He says, but do you think the Bears can compete with the Lions and the Packers for the NFC North? And he's like, he got her there, and they were giggling about that. And I was like, I don't think he mentioned the Vikings. I'm pretty sure he didn't. I'm almost positive he did not. I'm like, well, that's bulletin board material, Mr. Tirico.
Wasn't it Simone Biles that tweeted last night something about we got to stop asking athletes about their futures right after they win medals?
Yeah.
So I wonder if that was a semi shot at him or just interviewers in general.
I think that was a couple days ago. That she said that.
She said that, and that's why he brought it up
That's
last
right.
night.
Oh, got
He
it.
referenced that. Yeah, he was kind of gigging.
It's hard not to, though, especially when the greats are towards the end, whether it's like Katie Ledecky, who's, we're not sure if she's going to be back in 2028, even if she thinks she wants to be. Same thing with Simone Biles. It's like the clock's ticking. We're just curious.
Yeah.
But I bet
think you're
they
great.
don't know. In that moment, they don't know.
Yeah, then you could just say, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think asking is
especially with
is
the Olympics
inappropriate.
being in LA in 28 too.
And-
That's even more high. And,
And
it's 4 years.
It's 4 years,
not
that's
like
the
it's
key.
next
Right.
year
Correct.
where it's
Right.
every year we had to ask Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre, are you retiring? Are you retiring? Are you...
I mean,
this is every 4 years.
at the end of the show, if you ask me, hey, you're going to be back 4 years from now, I'll be like, if I'm still alive, who knows? I might be pushing up daisies. I might be a pile of dust. I might be working in New Orleans as a male hooker.
What?
Well, according to Sauce earlier, you can't be a pile of dust and pushing up daisies because zombies are weak and they'll break in half if they try to
He
dig
did
out.
mention that. I'm still not sure about the breaking in half thing.
He said they don't have the
I
core
did say
strength.
that. Yeah, they don't.
No, I know. I don't know where you get your information.
My head.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like you made the entire thing up. You want to do sports?
How disappointing.
Of course.
All right, well, go ahead.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around Property Preservation.
Let's go. The Twins beat the Cubs 3-0. David Festa for the Twins was lights out. He went 5, scattered 2 hits, no runs, and he struck out 9 Cubs. The Twins have won 5 straight. They are now 63-48, 3.5 games back of the Guardians, who play the Twins this weekend at Target Field, starting with a doubleheader on Friday. They have 2 more with the Cubs, including tonight when Pablo Lopez goes for the Twins at 7:10. That is Twins News, brought to you by Quantum Fiber.
And here's Rocco talking about David Festa.
Another really good outing from him in a packed stadium in a place with a lot of emotion. He was able to slow it down really good, came out really sharp. He missed a bunch of bats today. He had a lot of different things working, and then towards the end of the outing, he held it together really well.
That's pretty cool. Do you have any idea what Trevor Larnach did?
Yeah, there were 2 outs and he was on
First
base.
Uh-huh.
And there was a pop fly. Oh, sorry. A fly ball
Okay.
Oh, Gary.
hit to the outfield that dropped that probably shouldn't have. And he was not running hard, like 2 out running. And he did not score. And the Twins did not score in that inning.
Rocco called him out.
We should have had another run, which that's our fault.
Sorry, he was at a dance club.
Yeah, he was at Abercrombie.
We should have had another run, which that's our fault that we didn't score that 3rd run. And that matters a lot because not only is that a run, Wallner would be standing on second with a chance to score another run. So we had a chance to break the game open at that point. There was no guarantee, but we had an opportunity. We didn't take advantage of it, and therefore we had to work hard the rest of the game to do whatever we could to keep the lead and win.
So that's a coach being mad about effort,
Yeah,
right?
you can hear that in his
right.
voice.
You can, man.
Yeah.
But that's true. You know, at that level, obviously that's a big mistake. You shouldn't make that mistake in the big leagues. But how does the message get across? Like if you're a youth player, when you come out, the coach talks to you right away. Hey, 2 outs, you got to run it. Obviously, they know that.
Yeah, right.
Those guys know that. But what is the message and how is it delivered? Or does it even need to be? Does Trevor Larnach just hear this post game from Rocco Baldelli and go, Whoop, yeah, that was me.
I'd say that's, yeah. I mean, that may be the only thing you've got left to do as a manager is just embarrass them in front of the world.
My guess is somebody like Trevor who's been playing baseball as long as he has, when he gets tagged out at home, right, because he didn't run hard, my guess is he knows immediately, like, crap.
Yeah.
Everybody that's watching this game knows that I just completely half-assed it. I freaking meat sauced it.
Yeah.
So he was probably embarrassed before that, but you might as well put the exclamation point and let Rocco bury him for a second as well.
Yeah. I'm just thinking for myself, like, because I half-ass it in here most of the time.
Right.
And I know it. And if Abbott came in and the door was shut and he said, "Oh, come on, you're half-assing it," I'd be like, "Yeah, you're probably right." But if he went on like the radio with Brero and said Hawk's been half-assing it, I'd get the message a lot. You know what I mean? I'd be like,
especially if you had that tone in your voice that he did.
Right.
You'd also key his car.
Oh yeah, I'd rip the tires right off that son bitch.
What are you, the Hulk?
Can be.
Rosie, Marnie, Rosie.
Good morning, everybody.
Look at that. That's Mark Rosen. Everybody.
Hi.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, Martins.
Hi, bud.
Rosie.
Rosie, when's the last time you keyed somebody's car?
Jeez.
Oh, my. I wanted to.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever have.
Did you ever go mailboxing? Did you ever knock down somebody else's mailbox with a bat?
No.
Did you ever
I had
fork
pretty
anybody's
innocent
lawn?
I'm sorry, what?
Like put plastic forks in somebody's lawn?
No, probably the worst thing I did was with
You killed that
the Black
homeless
Cat firecrackers.
What'd you do with them?
None of your damn business.
Well, I've admitted.
no, I'm just kidding.
I've admitted that I used to put them in the mouths of dead fish on the beach.
That was fun.
I believe they were all dead.
Yeah, I mean, I had a fascination
bury that
with
story.
firecrackers back in the day, but it wasn't anything to the point of damaging property or anything, but just blowing stuff up.
So, what's the meanest thing though you ever did to a fellow human being in your youth?
Man,
TP someone's house?
I did that.
You ever egg anybody's garage?
No, I was pretty innocent.
You light a bag of poo
No,
on a doorstep?
No,
These are all classics,
Ever
bro.
shaving cream somebody's car?
Man, I really have to think about this.
Never took a deuce on somebody's car?
No, I did not.
Do some Hawk's dad. I was just going with the flow.
I guess you definitely. I'll have to give that some thought. It was pretty. Mostly, the first thing when it comes to mind are those getting those firecrackers and throwing them in somebody's yard and watching mom or dad run out and start yelling at an invisible person because
that's harmless.
Nowhere to be found.
An invisible person like Kevin Bacon in Hollow Man, or what are you referencing?
That's quite a reference.
Great movie.
That was an interesting movie.
He immediately commits assault once he gets to be invisible. I mean, he's not a nice guy.
No, not at all. Kevin Bacon has played a few of those roles in his career.
Great actor.
Career. Oh, he's great. He's wonderful.
What a cool last name, too.
Yeah.
Ren McCormick, best role.
Is that Footloose? Never saw it.
You never saw Footloose?
Never saw it.
It's maybe the best soundtrack of all time.
Yeah, the last scene is pretty epic. What's her name? Lori Singer?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Good pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The female lead. Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Tight jeans, baby.
Yeah.
Let them dance.
Yeah. That was a great movie. That was fun. 300 years ago.
Yeah.
It's got to be 40. Wasn't it like 82 or 3 or 4?
Must
Somewhere
be,
in that range.
Did you ever see the Will and Grace episode where Jack was obsessed with Kevin Bacon and he found out where he lived and he was hiding in the bushes outside of his house and he would watch and Kevin Bacon would dance in his living room and it was actually Kevin Bacon and then in the end Kevin Bacon came out of the house, Jack was in the bushes and then they did the Footloose dance, with the kick. Oh, it was hilarious.
They might be the consummate Hollywood, I use air quotes, couple that has not only survived.
Kira Sedgwick.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
They do a lot of videos on Instagram, TikTok. They are
music
content creators, very creative.
Yeah, I just find
and they look like they're
wonderful.
so in love.
They are after all these years.
Black. Let's do 6 degrees of
Reality
Kevin Bacon
Kings.
with Rosie. Can we connect Kevin Bacon to Mark Rosen within 6 feet?
Oh my!
He knows
For sure.
J.B. Smoove.
Yes, I just saw him a few weeks ago.
Okay, then how do we get JB Smoove to Kevin Bacon?
I don't know. I don't think he was ever in Curb. So he should have been. He would have been perfect. He could have been a perfect villain at Mocha Joe's or something. You know what I mean? He would have been perfect to play that heavy, as they say, in an episode like that. But I'm sure a lot of plus actors were trying to get into the Curb somehow, some way. You know, to have a cameo.
Okay, so I just had it in my head. Now I lost it. Hang on. Kevin Bacon was in Wild Things with Nev Campbell.
Right.
Nev Campbell was in Scream with David Arquette.
Correct.
David Arquette had a guest appearance on Friends because he was married to Courtney Cox.
Wow.
Courtney Cox. How did I just get to JV Smoove? Hang on. I just had it in my head.
Having my baby.
I was not at the concert with Courtney Cox and Bruce Springsteen. So
You're the only person that ever admitted that.
Courtney Cox was on Friends with David Schwimmer. Schwimmer was in Curb with
Correct.
JB Smoove.
Right.
And then JB Smoove knows you.
Correct.
Wow.
And by knows you, I mean saw you at lunch like for 3 seconds.
No.
But that counts.
We spent a lot of time together at the Super Bowl week at the
A
Aces
lot of-
Foundation.
What's a
We
lot
did.
of time together?
2 hours, 3 hours.
Just the two of you?
Well, no, we're a bunch of people, but we had a chance to. I was kind of like his mentoring partner with the kids that were bowling that day, and he was so charming and so wonderful with those kids.
When you saw him again at,
Yes.
was it the Grove?
Yes,
When you saw him again last month or whatever, a month ago,
right.
what was his reaction when he realized you were you? Like when did he put those pieces
honestly,
together?
I refreshed his memory right away. I didn't want to be one of those guys, you know, like, hey, Leon. No, I said something. I know you don't. I told him about the Super Bowl, and he goes, the first thing he said, man, I froze my ass off that weekend. And he smiled, and he was laughing, and he goes, yeah, I had a great time that day. And I don't know if he remembered me or not. I really don't. I doubt.
I bet he did.
Did he hug you?
No, we just shook hands.
Did you guys exchange numbers?
I got it. No, I don't. I don't have his number.
When you
I
shook
did not
hands,
spend. I didn't want or
Did you
spend
lean
my
in for a
time.
kiss?
No, I did not.
when you shook hands, did he pull you in with the right hand and then bro tap you with the left?
Yeah, what kind of dap was it, Rose?
Yeah.
You guys have a secret handshake?
It was pretty traditional, actually, and I think I just kind of gave him a little hug, and then we
just
took
a
the
little
picture.
Oh, you
with
hugged
my
him.
son, and
Did he
Yeah,
re-
he was
And then
really.
he asked if you had
Did
a
he
roll of
resist?
quarters in your pocket.
He was very receptive, and then realizing that look, I'm not going to interrupt his time anymore. He's here with his family, whomever, and said a fond farewell, and that was it.
And he said, kiss me.
Kiss me, and then I wanted him to say something else, like using the F word or something. Just
Sure.
Then he said,
This
you
thing-
want to go grab some?
yeah, I really did. I wanted him to go. I wanted him to really like play the role.
You want to go grab a lawn jockey off somebody's front yard?
That was one of the great scenes. What a character after all those years, and then he just emerged with the Black family. That was just the best.
The best.
That was. He was.
Oh,
they
he
had
took
lived
him in
pretty
after
much.
Katrina, right? He took him in.
Yes,
Larry
yeah.
David.
Yeah,
He was being a nice guy. Larry's a nice guy.
yeah. He's a
Gets a
nice-
bad rap.
Yes. They pretty much ad-libbed pretty much the entire.
No doubt that
dialogue.
whole show changed when
What'd you just say?
show changed when JB Smoove joined the cast.
100%.
That was the catalyst for making it a great show to
Yeah.
the greatest comedy of all
It
time.
was like Cheryl Hines kind of exited left, and
Yeah, she slowly faded out, and
Right.
his character got bigger and bigger.
the
and bigger
family.
and
It
bigger.
started with the family, but his role ended up being the best.
Yep.
Anyway, that was a good try.
Yeah.
Connecting the dots.
You're famous. Vikings news is next. Marney Gellner is here. Mark Rosen is here. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Van.
The Fan.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Power Trip Morning Show. Breaking down the Olympics, getting you ready for Minnesota Vikings football this Saturday on this radio station, your home of all things Vikings, the Fan. In fact, since Rosie's here, we're all set.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip. Presented by
Your truck accessories pro.
Corey, would you say we have clarification on the Jordan Addison situation at all?
Kind of. Not necessarily from an NFL perspective yet, but it sounds like he is going to face a 3-game suspension because he was officially charged with 2 misdemeanors after that July 12th arrest near the airport in Los Angeles when he was found asleep at the wheel and under the influence of something. But he likely faces a 3-game suspension because per the NFL's policy on substance abuse, first offenses can be 3 games. It can be additional if they feel like it's more severe than that, but The one a year ago, Rosie, when he was driving 140 miles an hour, did not have a substance abuse angle.
Right.
It was just reckless driving.
Right.
So probably 3 is the number, but that's not official yet.
Not official, but I think I said a couple of weeks ago that's what he was facing, and it's not a guarantee, but it's a very, very strong likelihood he'll be suspended for the first 3 games.
It's
It's
a big mess.
Jalen Naylor, and et cetera, have to step up because, in all likelihood, Addison will not be available for the Giants game, nor the 49ers or the Houston games here at home on the following 2 weeks. So he's expecting, the punishment. He's been, upfront about it, saying, I'll accept whatever I get. He's got to grow up and deal with it. And the consequences, not just from a financial standpoint, but letting your teammates down, letting yourself down. And there's a lot that goes into it. And, he's been on the receiving end of some harsh words from inside the TCO about exactly this, especially after strike 1. I mean, that's the issue. I mean, that happened. Okay, this should never happen again. In that context, I mean, there's so many other ways to handle that situation, and he unfortunately did not do it well at all.
Thank you for your honesty.
So there you go.
Will the suspension also depend on the interpretation of first offense? Or
I think it technically is his
Because
first offense, though, with the substance abuse. I don't think they're going to count the other thing.
Yeah, I think it's just basically what...
That's okay.
Yeah.
Splitting hairs.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
The other thing is really stupid,
Hard to do.
and it's reckless, but technically didn't have substance
We still don't
abuse.
know what
So
happened.
then if when someone, if you steal something, it's like, well, he had a speeding and then he had a drug but this is stealing. So that's different. So now this is his first stealing offense.
I think, who knows?
That's all
right?
I'm saying
I'm
is
with you.
interpretation.
He's definitely compounding stupidity.
Yeah.
He's,
Correct.
He's stacking that up a little bit here,
yeah.
but
Well, hopefully lessons are learned. And if you grow from this and you become a better person and teammate and player, then all is well.
yeah. The egregious part of it is that it was just days after Kyrie Jackson died.
Correct.
Because some idiot got hammered and then hit their car.
But you're not thinking about any of that.
That's the selfish
when
part,
you're
right? Is
100%.
You're young and dumb, and it's,
You're not thinking
there's never a right time. It's not like, well, it was 6 months later, so he'd forgotten about it. But it's just such a bad look when it's right after a teammate tragically dies.
Correct.
And you're out getting high or whatever, and then fall asleep on a highway.
Yeah.
Jeez. Anyway, stating the obvious.
Yes.
Sometimes that's what it takes to turn someone in the right direction is you have to hit your
Rock
bottom.
Yeah.
Hey,
Your bottom.
so the Vikings obviously play on Saturday, right? Preseason
Hell
game
yeah,
number
right,
one.
Hogs?
The Vegas Raiders are at U.S. Bank Stadium to take on the Minnesota Vikings, and I would argue most of us realize who cares.
I care.
Well, Hawk and I are going.
I care a lot. I can't wait.
I'm doing a pregame show out there. So
What
come
time will
on.
that be?
Oh, I'll watch that.
2 to 3.
Oh, that'll be good.
With Ben Lieber and everyone.
And everybody, man.
But what I forgot about, although
Brushing
I was
your teeth?
fascinated about this until Power Trip Bets tweeted this.
Uh-huh.
I completely forgotten. The Vikings have lost 11 straight preseason games.
Is one from is there a record? They keep records of that?
The all-time record for preseason losses, according to Power Trip Bets, is Washington, who lost 18 straight from
they got a ways to go.
1959 through 1962.
Man.
That's what Bets tweeted.
So you're saying there's a chance?
They've lost 11 straight.
Are the Vikings favored?
No, they're 3.5-point dogs.
Because of that, probably.
Well, I think because the Raiders will play a bunch of their starters because they don't have a starting quarterback.
Oh.
And they're going to play all of them.
All right. Well, Nick Mullins will probably start for the Vikings, I would assume. I don't know.
McCarthy should.
We should, but I can't believe he will. I mean, do you think he'll start?
If McCarthy, let's just say, I think this week they'll get a depth chart. If McCarthy's the third quarterback,
which he probably will be.
He shouldn't be. He was the 10th overall pick. He should be the second quarterback over Nick Mullins.
Man, I just don't see them risking him in first exhibition game. I don't know.
McCarthy?
By the way, the Raiders.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, just to
He
have.
has to play.
Well, at some point he does. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to start game one. That's
the
all.
Raiders are 5-point favorites on DraftKings.
Oh,
my.
That went up
That's
2 points. It was 3.5 this morning.
Humongous.
That's a pretty
Button
big
bar,
spread.
button bar.
That's a big spread for preseason football.
That is a button bar.
Raiders by 5. Anybody want action?
Hogs?
Come on,
I
Hogs.
want action, but I'm not going to gamble.
Sauce?
No.
Vikings.
What side would you be on?
I'd take the Raiders.
Can the Vikings keep that record intact? Lose another preseason game. Wow.
I mean, 5's a large number in
It
preseason
is.
football. I wouldn't bet on it. Who would you side
How do
me
you
on?
bet on preseason?
Well, I want to watch the
football?
Vikings lose like 30 straight preseason games because
Why?
it doesn't matter anyway. Let's just have them break the record.
You are correct. The
cares?
winning or losing doesn't matter, but as Hawk and I always say, what matters is the play on the field.
That's right.
That's what you always say.
We're doing a 3-hour podcast after the game.
Who's we?
Hawk and I.
They said we can't do 3 hours.
What are you going to call
3
it?
hours?
Yeah.
That's longer than the game.
It's going to be called the post-game show with the dudes.
Yeah, with the dudes.
Yep.
Gotta work on that name.
Saturday afternoon.
I like it, though.
We should talk about, speaking of Saturday afternoons, not this Saturday, because today is, August
Tuesday.
6th. We still got a ways to go. Saturday, August 24th, after the Vikings game and after Fan Line, is the Power Trip State Fair show.
2 weeks from this Saturday.
So
boy.
5 to 7 p.m. Saturday, August 24th. So it's the night of the Nate Bargatze show. We thought we could get Chris to go if he realized Nate was right after us.
Yep.
So
He is.
Vikings football at noon, Fan Line something like 3 to 5, and then the Power Trip at the State Fair 5 to 7 Saturday, August 24th. And
There it
Zach,
is.
we can say the other thing, correct, Zach?
I just hang up.
Becomes the
Is that a yes or a no?
No, he's drowning.
It's
He's drowning.
mostly yes. I just haven't gotten a final.
Okay, so we won't say it
Oh,
yet.
that's a
Hey,
tease.
Zach.
But a potential pretty big
Zach,
yes.
too, can we talk about the other bit?
But I mean, should we at least say who we're thinking about, or can we not say that, Zach, too?
I mean, we're very close on.
Please tell me it's
Oh,
on
come
chef
on.
reactions. So,
On what?
Chef reactions. A lot of you
I thought we
tweeted
weren't
him,
supposed to say
and
anything.
it's
We weren't
sounding
gonna
like
say anything.
he's changed some plans, and we'll be here. So, also got some breaking news, by the way. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I was
talk
just
about
going to
that.
say
What
that.
happened?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead.
CNN reporting that Vice President Kamala Harris has selected Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to be a running mate this
Official, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Walls is the one, huh?
November.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
There you go.
I would have thought the Shapiro angle in Pennsylvania would have been the deal breaker, but she's going with Walls, huh? All right.
Yeah, there are a bunch of cars that have flooded the governor's residence now, and that's kind of was the first indication about a half hour ago that something was up, and now reports coming out that
Yep.
she's made her decision.
There you
How
go.
about that? Well, it'd be the Hubert Humphrey, Walter Mondale, and potentially
Tommy
Walz.
Quarters.
Brilliant.
Basically reassuring what we do best in Minnesota is finish second.
Okay.
Roser.
Sir,
I'm just stating facts.
Second is the best, man.
We loved to be in second. And there's nothing wrong with that.
you love number 2.
No, that's your dad.
How dare you?
So you believe Josh Shapiro would have been a better choice? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that there's a history of Minnesotans and politicians, and I just mentioned the two in particular.
Abraham Lincoln was from here.
He was. I must have missed that part of history class.
Maybe I'm wrong.
This makes me want to watch Veep again.
So
Yeah,
good.
no kidding.
So good.
I was watching it on my last plane ride, and I mean, people were wondering why I was laughing out loud like that, but
Yeah, because you were pantsless.
well, that's beside the point.
Because your schlong was out.
Okay, now that's going too far. Use of the word schlong at 7:55 should be
Oh,
banned.
I was listening on the way in here. First thing I do is put the radio on, of course,
I know.
and you're on, and I can't believe the conversation I'm hearing.
Right.
From Marney Gellner, of all people.
And
Yeah,
Marty's
What did I say?
he encourages it.
Yeah,
so
she
filthy.
encouraged it.
Yeah, she texts us to say things for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, I know.
She's
it
just
happens.
pissed about Buca de Pepo.
Wow.
De Peppo.
So anyway, Chef Reactions might join us at the State Fair. And if you're like, well, who the hell is that? He's got like 1.5 million Instagram followers and something like 3.5 million on TikTok. That might be a little bit off, but the point is,
hey kids,
he's got millions of followers and he is hilarious. I'm a giant fan of this dude.
He is funny.
He's so funny.
God dang it, Hawk.
That's brilliant.
I was going to sing a song, but it's 7:55.
Marnie, my guess is you're not familiar with this man.
I don't know. I thought it was a show, Chef Reactions.
No, that's what he calls himself on Twitter
Yeah.
because he is a chef and he reacts to other cooking videos.
Oh, okay. So in a split screen?
yes.
I have
Exactly,
seen
yeah.
that.
He is
That's pretty
so
funny.
funny.
Pretty funny.
Super funny.
Is he local?
No. He a couple weeks ago threw out like, hey, what state fair should I go to? And he got flooded with go to the Minnesota State Fair, go to the Minnesota State Fair over and over and over again. He's like, all right, deal. And then I don't know. Everyone in the world has basically said, you made the right choice now. Go on the power trip for God's sakes. And it sounds like
I
he's
didn't
going
realize
to.
it was a worldwide push, but congrats. I hope it works out. That's great.
It will.
So,
Wonderful. I can't be there. I've got a Lynx game. They play the, I don't know, Indiana Fever.
Be there. I'm gonna
no big deal.
investigate my prostate.
Maya Moore's having her jersey retired that night. No big deal.
At night?
Yeah. The 24th.
Tickets for that.
Oh, no.
You have tickets for the Maya Moore jersey
I
retirement?
think I did.
Oh, boy.
Why? What happened?
Wait,
Where are they located?
It's not a separate ticket.
Are they
Lexus
lost?
Melbourne.
I know.
I wish
Are
you
they
quit
lost?
spending money on tickets
boy.
you don't use.
What else?
Tough break,
Did you
Mark.
lose them?
No, I guess I'll be going to the power trip. Big fair.
Wait, what did you sell the tickets? Are you in?
No,
do you need
I'm
money?
not saying anything. I'm selling
What
them.
happened?
Are you a
just
scalper,
said you
Rose?
had them.
Are you
Where did they go?
contractually obligated?
No. I
He
think
wants
my
to.
wife
He
wanted
likes
to go
Chef
see,
Reactions.
Have you heard of a podcast, Artist on Artist on Artist?
I haven't.
Thanks, Dolly Parton.
Rosie, don't change the subject.
Y'all ever heard about
I didn't
them
lose them. I didn't do anything with them. I was planning to go. That's all I'm saying. We were planning to go.
Oh, man.
I'll be Uncle
What time's the game?
7
Well, I'll be
p.m.
darned. They got them podcasts on
Got
there.
them damn podcasts.
So what happened? What about the podcast?
No, I was talking to my son about it last night. He said it's something that you guys would absolutely love because it's an improvised Hollywood roundtable. There's a comedian named Kylie Brakeman who's apparently hilarious, and they just start making stuff up. It's really supposed to be good. I just threw it out there for conversation purposes and because that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, we all got confused.
I know, that's okay. I was trying to do that to short circuit the conversation about the tickets.
Thank you.
Well, we can get back to that if you
Back to
like.
the tickets now.
I don't understand what happened.
The Lynx and the Fever are here in like 3 weeks, though? Or is that that's a home game here?
Yeah, on Saturday the 24th.
Saturday oh my God, I was going to have lunch that day.
Why aren't you having lunch?
No, well, I can't now.
Did you
Rosie, I'm
sell your
sorry that
lunch?
They're rude to
Oh
you.
my God. That was the day I was going to eat that day.
I don't know.
What are you going to do?
He's gonna
What are you
watch
going
He's
to
going to watch the Eagles game all day.
The what?
Oh no.
The Vikings are playing at Philadelphia. You know,
That's that same day?
Yeah.
Oh, son of
I don't think we can make. I don't think we can make the power trip. Because you got the post game show you have to do. You have to do the call-in show with Ron Johnson.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
Oh, no, I don't.
I thought you stepped down from that role.
I did.
He did
Oh.
many years ago.
Do they know that here?
Yeah,
Quit doing
I'm pretty
it 3
sure.
years ago, even though he was still
Begged to
doing
get
it on
off
the air.
that show.
It was AI the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ron,
That'd be
your
sweet.
thoughts.
Moses Vikings.
Ron, your thoughts?
That was it.
65190. Whatever. Who knows? I don't
Is
even
it
know the number
Klingon?
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, State Fair show. It sounds like, and Chris loves this idea. We might do an additional State Fair show as well on the Wednesday after that, Marn. So if you're available that Wednesday, we could get Marney Gellner on a Wednesday night.
Oh, she is, but she did have Twins tickets.
Rosie.
And
I'm
lunch
sorry,
plans.
You have to
Oh, boy.
apologize.
I apologize.
just
to you.
look at
I have a Lynx game on Wednesday the 28th.
Son of a
And
bitch.
that's it.
No.
What
If
time
you
is
do
the game,
any
though?
other, I'm
Is that one
free
of those noon
Monday.
games? Is that one of those nooners?
No, but it's 7 p.m.
Oh, man.
9 p.m. actually. Lynx at Phoenix. I am free Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Rosie, whip out
of
one
that
of them
week.
big middle fingers.
Just
and
not
get out of
Wednesday.
here.
Okay, but that Wednesday, we're doing something like, what are we doing, 6:30 to 8? I think we're doing 6:30 to 8. If the game's at 9, you could go to the State Fair until 8.
Yeah, okay.
Why
I
not?
almost feel like someone looked at the Lynx schedule and was like, "Yeah, let's do these."
Well, it sounds like
we don't
Rosie
have
didn't.
to.
Rosie
Yeah,
got
I
tickets.
know it. I should have because I pretty much try to do anything I can to get out of the state fair.
Me too, brother.
Yeah, listen to the Hulkster.
Fan 5 in a second, then headlines after this. This is the 8 o'clock hour of the Power Trip Morning Show. Right after this on The Fan.